What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am BrandonJaneau, like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow, social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, BrandonJaneauShow, and of course, YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow. Go subscribe, comment. I do comment back. Like the vids. Hope you guys like the clips, everything that's coming out, man. Hope you guys enjoy this episode tonight. Tonight, it is artist breakdown. So I still got a debate coming for Life Times of Music, of course. But tonight I had to do an artist breakdown. And it's this one, man. Usually I don't start it off like this, but I gotta start off like this. So this list came out, right? I don't know if it was Rolling Stone or Double XL or whoever the fuck made this list. They did the 50 greatest rappers from Atlanta list. Andre 3000 is one, and Big Boy is eight. I don't know why the fuck they split shit up like this. They did, but I don't know why they split shit up like this. OutKast should be number one. Now, maybe they were doing an individual type list of just the best rapper or but I don't think they're doing the best, the 50 greatest, whatever, man. Which brings me to the artist breakdown, which is OutKast. OutKast is the artist breakdown. I have a problem with this, though. I have a massive fucking problem with this. Andre 3000 is one of the greatest lyrical rappers of all time. I will never, never disagree with you on that. What the fuck I disagree with everybody on is everybody treats Big Boy like he's some fucking like like the man can't rap. Like the man just was doing hooks and lobbing shit up for 3 stacks. Like nigga, they in a group together. The fuck are y'all talking about? Big Boy could fucking rap, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? Like, bro, y'all delusional. Big Boy was a fucking lyrical motherfucker. He could rap his ass off. I don't get how people sit there and tell me OutKast as a group. 3 Stacks is this great rapper, lyricist person, but then you treat Big Boy like he's some fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like you treat Big Boy like he doesn't exist, like he didn't, like it was just 3 Stacks and organized noise in the making songs together. Like Big Boy was a part of that shit, bro. Him on, which brings me to like start a playlist of Cadillac music. You telling me Big Boy and rap on that hoe? You telling me players ball and you telling me players ball and get up, get out. You know what I'm saying? Southern Cadillac player music. The title track wasn't fire. Like, what the fuck is going on? Are we really having these conversations right now? Like, bro, like Big Boy was a lyrical nigga. Like, I'm not sitting up there and acting like Big Boy ain't one of the greats. Like y'all are. 3 Stacks is goat shit. Like, obviously. But to sit there and act like Big Boy ain't no lyrical motherfucker. You delusional as a motherfucker, boy. OutKast is one of the greatest rap groups of all time. I grew up on OutKast. Clearly. Gemini, you know, Aquarius, you got, Stangonia, you know, of course when they split the albums in half, and they ain't like on those two albums, man. Like, bro, like people are delusional. OutKast is one of the greatest rappers. OutKast is some of the greatest lyrical rappers of all time. I don't understand boy like they treat Big Boy. It's that's ridiculous, bro. Like Big Boy deserves just as much respect as 3 Stacks. They were in a group to fucking together. Like we act like they weren't. Like I don't get that shit. But yeah, man, like Outkast is one of the greatest groups of all time. I think anybody that sit there and try to act like they're not, you're delusional, man. You're delusional, man. Yeah, OutKast is one of the greatest rap groups of all time. Anybody that sits there and tries to act like OutKast isn't one of the greatest rap groups of all time, I don't know what to tell you. Legacy is beyond just Southern hip hop and Atlanta hip hop. They've laid the foundation for possibly having two great, incredible lyricists in a group together, but still also having their own individual takes and individual personas on how to move in the industry. Watching them two, Outkast, growing up on Outkast, man. Anybody that try to sit there and say Outkast isn't one of the greatest groups of all time or greatest duos or whatever the fuck you. I remember when they got put number one on a list of like the greatest groups, and people were like, I can't believe you put Outkast number one. A group defines a group is defined of more than one. So Outkast should have been number one. I don't know the fuck you talking about. Now I agree, Wu Tang is one of the greatest groups of all time too. Don't get that twisted. I will be doing all this breakdown of them soon. Three Stacks is one of the greatest lyrical rappers of all time. But I always feel like if Three Stacks actually did a actual lyrical, like a actual rap album, shit would change immediately. People would not only have he's already in people's top fives. Imagine if he gave you a whole album of him rapping. It would break banks. Like it would break. It would immediately change the conversation of the greatest ever. The shit would be different. Big Boy, on the other hand, has given you that. Big Boy has a lot of incredible bodies of work, solo wise. Well, he's rapped his ass off, man. I think people are delusional about the Outcast take. Not saying you shouldn't give, Three Stacks his love and his respect because he deserves it. But to sit there and act like Big Boy doesn't deserve to be in the same conversation as Three Stacks, that's fucking ridiculous. I'm not saying he's just as great. I'm not saying he's greater than Three Stacks, but he's up there. Like, don't get it twisted. I don't know how people look at Outkast and not give Big Boy just as much credit for Outkast as they give Three Stacks. It that shit bothers me, man. Outkast has so many classic bodies of work that you actually have to question. They have at least what they put out how many albums together? What, eight, nine, 10? I think albums together. What I might be high it up, but maybe like four, five, six albums together. Three Stacks, Big Boy and Three Stacks have become a legacy into itself. I wish one day they could get back on stage and perform. I wish one day they could do an Outkast album again. Because I don't think this generation understands how legendary they are. Like how iconic Outkast was, man. Outkast is one of them. Of course, being a part of the legendary Dungeon family, Organized Noise, one of the greatest production teams of all time. Rest in peace to Rico Wade. Um, but you gotta realize you had in that Dungeon family, you had Organized Noise. You had, you know, um, Goody Mob, Killer Mike. Like, yo, like, and then you had like various Atlanta people come and fuck with them, TLCs and oh, like, yo, man, that shit is nuts. That shit is fucking crazy. LaFace Records pretty much was in the backyard of, Organized Noise and Outkast and them. Like, Outkast is one of the greatest groups of all time. And anybody that sits there and tries to tell you they're not, you literally have two of the three greatest lyrical rappers of all time, possibly. If people would stop trying to break shit behind everything, I wish that people would stop saying Big Boy is not just as great. You can say Three Sacks is the greatest, but you gotta also give Big Boy his credit too, man. Big Boy was a part of Outkast, and that group with Big Boy rapping too, bro. Big Boy, um, so fresh and so clean verse, um, Miss Jackson verse, yeah, get up, get out verse, the player ball verse, like yo, Big Boy has some fucking verses, bro. Yeah, man. People, yeah, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. But I don't get it. I know like this is not usually how I do the artist breakdown, but that pissed me off because I feel like a lot of these young kids today they just truly don't understand what OutKast was. Like fucking iconic group, man. That lyrical to the depths. And of course, I will be doing album breakdown and you know I will pick do a debate between their albums. I don't know who I'm gonna put them against. I've been trying to decide what the debate would be on. Maybe UGK. I don't know. Maybe UGK. Maybe A Ball MJG. I thought A Ball MJG heavy. Maybe um maybe Wu Tang. Wu Tang got a lot of motherfuckers. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. But yeah, man. But I just had to get that off my chest. And when I talk about the artist breakdown, like Outkast is one of the greatest ever to it. Like you are crazy if you sit there and tell me that Big Boy and Three Stacks isn't one of the greatest groups, duos, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They are the changing of the guard of the South. They became what the South needed. So yeah. Until next time, go listen to the Outkast, man. And I'll be back next week with that. I will be doing another debate. I will still do the Maroon Five and One Republican debate soon. But until then, man, go listen to some Outkast, man, on all musical platforms everywhere. You guys enjoy this. Peace.